I am going to share with you a common man's unscholarly, I'm not a scholar, but my observation of working with him for 15 years over the next 10 minutes. But the context of that I want to tell you is that Professor Settar was student of Professor Achuta Rao, my father. He was the first recipient of the DSA research grant, and he chaired the DSA advisory board for the last 10 years. I am happy to share this aspect of Professor Settar's life, which most people are not aware, with a short video presentation.
Professor Settar was a fascinating historian who saw perspectives which many scholars missed. In the middle of the last century, he studied history at Maharaja's College, Mysore under Professor D.S. Achuta Rao. An endowment was set up under Manipal University to perpetuate Professor Achuta Rao's name in history. Professor Settar was the first scholar to receive the History Research Grant from DSA Endowment in 2002. The event was attended by Professor Rodam Narasimha, Mrs. Premalata Settar and Mrs. Sushila Bai Achuta Rao. Settar worked on a less explored subject, the artisans who toiled to build temples and monasteries in the early period. His research was so profound to be published as Presidential Address in Indian History Congress at Mysore in 2003. Research publication of Settar was released in 2004 at a DSA endowment event. In 2015, Settar suggested to celebrate the centenary of his teacher in a way which perpetuates the academic and research values Achuta Rao stood for. He had heard about the unpublished research on Mysore history of his teacher. A typed manuscript was located in Mysore University Research Library with the preface and one chapter missing. Settar took upon himself to bridge the missing chapter and edit the book. A unique work of Settar in this book is a 1,000-word glossary translating Kannada words used 3 to 4 centuries ago into English. Settar's adage was, "Do great work and be modest about it." He wrote that on the first copy of the book. A handwritten note by Mr. Settar himself. Thanks for the opportunity provided by you to edit this book. Seminar work of Professor Achuta Rao was presented to the world at the international conference held in the centenary year 2017. The book was released by Sri Yaduvir Wodeyar, the current scion of the Wodeyar dynasty. Settar travelled in uncharted waters. He chose the themes for DSA International Conference like princely states and making of modern India, observing the under-recognized role of princely states like Mysore in modernizing India. Another theme was Ramayana retelling in South India and Southeast Asia, on how ideas travelled from South India to Southeast Asia and was adapted locally. Another aspect influenced by Settar in the content of DSA International Conference was inclusion of performance history. Dancers researched Wodeyar period dances and Ramayana dances in different dance formats to document for the future historians the performance history.
ಬಲ್ಲೆನೆಂಬುವಿರಿಲ್ಲ.
भवती भिक्षां देहि, भवती भिक्षां देहि, भवती भिक्षां देहि. நான் சொன்னதாக நீ உரைப்பாய் ஹனுமானே, நான் சொன்னதாக உன்னை யாரென வினவிட ஸ்ரீராகவன் தூதரென்று நீ உரைப்பாய் ஹனுமானே.
ಶಿರೋಮಣಿ ಶಿವಚರಣ ಶರಣ ಭಕ್ತಾಗ್ರಣಿ ರಾವಣ.
Settar's network of scholars attracted 17 of them from India, France, and Southeast Asia. Settar evoked the scholars' thoughts in discussions during the conference. He encouraged the DSA endowment to sponsor history publications of international standard. Manipal University Press and DSA endowment partnered to launch DSA History Series. 5 titles have been released. Visionary Settar was also a man of details. Designer Surabhi Gurukar worked with him on his latest book, Early Buddhist Artisans and Their Architectural Vocabulary. She said, "I have worked designing books with several authors." He was a perfectionist. Options on design, font, layout, color were evaluated in depth by Settar. She said it was a pleasure to work with an exacting author. Settar was a great human being. He contributed to DSA endowment as Guru Dakshina. Early Buddhist Artisans and Their Architectural Vocabulary is Professor Settar's tribute to Professor D.S. Achuta Rao.